These are the common symptoms that you may have high blood pressure. Hi fam, it's Dr. Chinasa here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the old subscribers first. And if you're new here, welcome. Yours truly is a board certified lifestyle medicine physician, a medical doctor, certified weight loss coach and nutritionist, and a health coach. And I'm founder of Ariella Health and Fitness, Africa's first digital lifestyle medicine practice. So today we're going to be talking about a very, very important topic. How do you know that you have high blood pressure? First of all, what is blood pressure? Blood pressure is pretty much the force of blood against the arteries. You know, we have the arteries and the veins in the body, just pretty much the force of blood against the arteries. Okay, that is blood pressure. So blood pressure has two types of readings, the systolic blood pressure and the diastolic blood pressure. So when you're looking at a blood pressure machine, okay, you will see most blood pressure machines have three numbers. The top one is the systolic blood pressure, the other middle one is the diastolic blood pressure, and the lower reading is the pulse most of the time. That is a different ball, you know, it's just about the heartbeat. Okay, it's different. But we're talking about the blood pressure. So the systolic reading and the diastolic reading. So take for example, if they tell you your blood pressure is 120/80, that means that your systolic blood pressure is 120 and your diastolic blood pressure is 80. Do you get that? Now, it's important for you to know that, like I advocated this year, that every home should actually have a blood pressure machine because it is very important. It's an important equipment that should be in every home. Everybody is supposed to have a blood pressure machine, whether anybody has high blood pressure or not. Just have it, and it's important to monitor it. Why? Because of the symptoms. Now, the symptoms of high blood pressure. Typically, there are no symptoms. Have you heard about when they say hypertension is a silent killer? Have you heard that? Has anybody had that statement? Yes, it's just because most of the time when high blood pressure starts, it may give no symptom until after a while you start noticing very non-conventional symptoms like headache. Maybe your heart is beating fast. You walk and you find out that, oh, as if my heart is beating fast, or maybe dizziness. You see, these are things that can be associated with hunger. So you may think that you're hungry, you won't even realize that your blood pressure is high. So because of these non-specific symptoms, people may not realize that they are hypertensive until there's a complication. A lot of people first know that they are hypertensive when they have had a stroke, or they have had a heart attack, or they've had this, blinding headache that they're like, oh my God, what is this? Most of the time, that is when they even realize. But that is why it's important. You see why it's important to check? You can only know when you check regularly, when you check at least every week, especially if you're black, because being black increases your risk for high blood pressure. So you should even be checking more regularly. If you have a family history, whether direct or indirect, it's important to check more. I say if you're even in this dispensation, this economy currently in 2024, you should actually, if you're an adult above 16, really, you should be checking, or maybe above 18, you should actually be checking your blood pressure at least every week, at least really once a week. It is better to know when it comes than not knowing at all, because, oh, I check once in 3 or 4 months. You hear some people say check once in 4 months. Fam, don't do that. Oh, check regularly. Okay. Now there are different ways you can check. You can buy a machine, and even if you don't want to buy a machine, you can actually walk to the doctor's office and have your blood pressure checked, or you can go to the pharmacy and tell them, oh, you want to check your blood pressure. There are a lot of places that you could do that: the pharmacy, the chemist, the doctor's office, just to go check your blood pressure. But most of all, like I said earlier, it is best when you have your machine at home, so that you are checking your blood pressure and staying intentional at home. Certain factors can affect your blood pressure reading at any given time. Okay, it's important for you to know that. Stress, if you're stressed out about the economy, it can affect your blood pressure. You're stressed out about your child or a relationship, it can affect your blood pressure. You take caffeine, coffee, you like your coffee a lot, or you like caffeinated green tea, or you like your energy drinks, those can affect your blood pressure reading. The time you eat certain foods, especially processed foods or your salty chips, it can affect your blood pressure reading. So it's alcohol can affect your blood pressure reading. So it's important for you to know that when you are checking your blood pressure, ensure that things that can influence the reading are not, within the time you're checking. Okay. It's always recommended that you check consistently at the same time. Okay. Check consistently at the same time. And then at the same time of the day, the same hand, best your left hand. Okay. Check consistently, same time, so that you are getting a consistent reading that, oh, at this time of the day, this is my reading. So, how do you know that, oh, my blood pressure is high or not? According to the American Heart Association, they have this chart, okay? And according to the chart, when your blood pressure is lower than 120, that's the systolic reading is lower than 120, and the diastolic reading is lower than 80, that's from 80 down, then it is normal. Your blood pressure is said to be elevated when the systolic blood pressure is now between a 120 to 129, and your lower diastolic blood pressure is less than 80. That's still up to 80. Do you understand? So take, for example, you have a 125/80. It is said that you have elevated blood pressure. Do you understand that? Now, the next stage is when it's between 130 to 139 for the systolic reading and 80 to 89 for the diastolic reading. It is said called stage 1 hypertension. So that means that, for example, if your blood pressure is 135/85, it is said that you have stage 1 hypertension, or 137/86, between 80 and 89 for the diastolic, and 130 and 139 for the systolic reading. Stage 2 hypertension is when your blood pressure is from 140 and above, and from 90 and above for diastolic. So take, for example, you have a 140/90. It is said that you have a stage 2 hypertension. Do you understand that? So it's important for, or you have, let's say, 145 or 150/95. It is said that you have stage 2 hypertension. Do you understand that? Good. Now, it's important for you to know that when your blood pressure is above a 180 for the systolic reading and above a 120 for the diastolic reading, it is said that you are in a hypertensive crisis. At that time, you must be in the hospital. So take, for example, you have 180/120. You shouldn't be at home. It's a hypertensive crisis. It's an emergency. You must be in the hospital. Okay? That is very important. You should consult your doctor so that they start helping you ASAP. Now, why are we worried about high blood pressure? It is important to know that the complications that can arise from high blood pressure, which includes a heart attack, which includes stroke, which includes kidney failure, which these are includes blindness. These are complications of high blood pressure that can it can change your life. Imagine you have a stroke and you lose a part of your body function. It's better that you have blood pressure control, is it not? Or a heart attack. Some people do not even survive it. It's important to prevent. You have to know your numbers to prevent a complication. You don't start taking action when there is a complication. Do you understand? So I hope that this video has helped you understand, do I have high blood pressure or not? Now you know where you stand. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Stay tuned on this channel because I'll be talking a lot about these chronic conditions, blood pressure, managing blood pressure, go check other videos that I have shared about how to manage high blood pressure, and I'll be bringing more tips your way. So hey, if you have not subscribed, do not forget to subscribe, and hey, please share this video and give it a thumbs up if it helped you in any way. And I'll see you in my next video. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helped put things in perspective for you, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for being here. God bless you.